Hey guys, it's Adrienne and I'm going to show you two different ways on how to get rid of redness in skin. They're both super easy and they are easily adaptable to any redness in any skin. So the first technique that I'm going to show you, you will need to create a new layer and select soft light mode and click the box fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray. You're going to get your paintbrush with the color mode on, and I'm going to bring my opacity down to around 30-ish. And you're going to select a very pale green, right around here, just very pale. We don't want lime green or dark green. And here you can see on the side of this beautiful lady's nose that there's a tiny bit of redness. And I like to get rid of redness in the skin and make the skin look more even. And so what you're going to do is you're going to bring your brush size down around, I guess this is okay, and just paint on this light green where you see redness. And as you can see, it gets rid of this super easy because what is happening is green cancels out red. So if there's any redness, green is going to cancel it out. And you can see here that it just canceled it out. Now, if when you do this, because I know sometimes this isn't going to work for every situation, if it's super green, like let's bring our opacity up, and you just got it looks way too green. Obviously, this doesn't look natural. It doesn't blend in with the rest of her skin. You can bring your opacity down to make it look more even. Or let's say it's too green, but it looks really good in one spot, like it gets rid of the actual redness. So number one, make your brush size smaller and redo it. Or if it's just a little bit outside of your redness area, you can put a layer mask on this, and you already have your paintbrush selected, and this is going to erase everything that you put on there. So let's say just right here was way too green for you. You just paint basically the red back on by using a black paintbrush, and you can just erase that green that you just put on. Super easy, super adaptable. So yeah, that's technique number one. Technique number two, we are going to use a curves layer. And the first thing you're going to do is get your lasso tool here, and you're going to select the redness. And I do a little bit outside of it, and I also feather it a bit around 32 pixels. And then I'm going to select my curves layer, and you can start with red and bring the red down. As you see, this is bringing green back into her skin, just like what we did with the paintbrush. And you can see that's way, way, way too much. So of course you can bring the opacity down. And right around here, I think it's way too much. So this already has a layer mask on there. And so you can just grab your paintbrush and play with your opacity, of course, to get the right amount painted back in to make it look a lot more natural. And here you can see, I still think that's a little bit too much green. But this is all about your preferences. Okay, so you can also not use the red layer. You can use the green layer and add in green. See, here you can see what it's doing. And this area is where we've painted it with black. So you could go in there and paint it with white to get it all smooth again, obviously, to start with. Obviously, way too much green. It's not only canceling out red, it's adding too much green. So you would bring this down. You only want to raise it just enough to get rid of the redness. And then you can go in with your layer mask and erase and add in different areas of the redness. And here you can see that we got rid of a lot of the redness. And I'm actually going to zoom out and show you on a bigger portion. That is not my zoom tool. What? Okay. And here you could use both of the same techniques. And I'm sorry I'm so tongue-tied today. So I can show you with the lasso tool and the curves layer. You can see how her arm here and down through here is a little bit more red than I personally like for this image. And I'm crudely just selecting this. Obviously you would take a lot more time. Select a curves layer again. And I'm going to work with the red layer and just bring down the redness. You can see I would feather it even more, but I'm just doing this crudely because, yeah, just to show you. And you can see here that obviously it's way too green, but we do have the layer mask and we can play with the opacity to make it a lot more believable and not so drastically green. You can see here. And you can do it by smaller areas, of course. And then I'm going to show you with the layer option technique. Just grab your paintbrush on color mode, and I'm going to bring the opacity a little bit higher than what we were up there, just to show you how it would work. And I already have a pale green selected, and I'm just painting this on here. And I mean, it's working for some of the spots, but it is a little bit too green. And like I said, this is adaptable. Make it work for your image. Really easy, and it works. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you get some use out of it. And if you would like to see anything from me or want to know how I do something, please just ask me in the comments below or contact me any other way that you know how to, and I will try and get that for you. So until next time, bye!